We've moved our chairs around a little bit so that we could continue to
Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me back here? It's very stuffy in here.
I can see that. What can we do for you?
Can you please open this thing, good sir?
What? Oh, well,
There you go.
Why are you interrupting me? Well, hello there. What can I do for you?
I need a phone book, good sir.
Really? You
Yes,
need a
sir.
phone book?
Yes.
Now, where am I going to find a phone book on does somebody actually have a phone book in the congregation?
I do.
If anybody would have a phone book, Ben would have a phone book. You have a phone book. Well, here's a phone book. Thank you, Ben. Here's the phone book. What do you need?
I'm going to call the Lord, good sir.
You're going to call the Lord.
Yeah, that's right, sir. Let me see. L-O-R-D. Here it is. No. Where did I put that blasted thing? Ah, here we go. And I do not know how to work this. Aaron, how do I use the speakerphone? You hit the speaker button. Oh, really? Ah, what do you know? Okay, let's see. The Lord's telephone number. Hello, operator. Ring Jeremiah 33:3, please. This is a person-to-person call to the Lord. Tell him Moses is calling. Hello, Lord. Sorry to bother you at this late date, but the people asked me to call and see if the commandments couldn't be changed. They just don't seem to meet the needs of the people in the world today. Yes, Lord, they want you to be their God, but they also want to keep up with the times. Sir? Yes, sir. You could say they think the commandments are the problem. They feel some changes could be made. For instance, the first commandment says, "They shall have no other gods before you." Well, Lord, people feel this is over. Oh boy, I lost my train. What was I saying again? Oh, right, the first commandment. They feel this is overdoing it today. They feel it's not the same now. I see what you mean, and you're right, Lord. If my wife only showed she cared for me 1 day out of 7, I would be a little unhappy too. You do have a point there, Lord. But what about the second commandment? Yes, that's the one. No given images or other gods before you. Well, most of the church feel you are driven on material things, and they also say you are always asking for money for your church. I understand you are the author of all material things, and you only ask for 1/10 of all their income. That's true, Lord. Money can become an idol, especially if it's more important than you. Huh? Oh, no, I won't drop the tablets. Yes, I know you don't want to make another set. Now, about swearing, the commandment about taking your name in vain. Oh, how would I feel if my children cursed my name? Really, Lord, you make it so personal. Oh, a name is personal. Well, then, what about the commandment about the day of rest and worship? The people have so many long weekends and vacations now, and it's hard to find the right church when you are in a strange town. And I can tell you, Lord, I've seen several of those. The people Is it really necessary? I see. You feel people need rest and change, and they also need fellowship with other Christians and spiritual refreshment. So that's why you set aside a day. You know, Lord, you have a good reason for everything you say in your word, don't you? I don't think we quite understand that. Oh? You get that impression too? Now you want to ask the questions? All right, that seems fair. How do they feel about honoring their father and mother? Well, some of the youth do object. That would be a good test for them, to wait until they have children. I'm sure they would expect their children to honor them and to pick up the leaves in the backyard. Now then, the sixth commandment. You say that it's no killing. Well, the general principle is acceptable, but they want to make just a slight amendment to cover the irresponsible driving, which is fun. Huh? Fun for whom? The driver or the victim? When you put it that way. Adultery? Well, Lord, everyone does it. Sex is pretty much free for all now. The laws seem old-fashioned, so people break them. Oh, they don't break the laws? And I understand your commandments were given to protect and promote man's happiness, not restrict it. But the people, you love men and women enough to want the best for them and to ask them to revisit your commandments. Is asking you to stop loving them? I'm sorry, Lord, I didn't quite catch that. Could you say that again? You love men and women to want the best for them and to ask you to revisit your commandments is asking you to stop loving them. Well, no, Lord, I guess they aren't. I know you can't do that, so what am I to tell the people? Okay, Lord, I'll tell them what you have written, and for them not to forget what you wrote, the commandments, because you love them. Goodbye, Lord. Whew, that was tougher than climbing that mountain. So, be glad the Lord has stood firm in his commandments. That just proves he loves us enough to say no when our happiness is at stake. And speaking of happiness, good sir, why have I been locked in a closet for years?
That's a good question. Well, maybe you can come out more often.
Yes, I would like to come out more often.
Maybe we can find some friends to help you come out. How's that?
Yes, I would very much like many friends to help spread the word.
But let me just say this, Moses. I'm a control person. You've moved into my private territory.
I can break those commandments again, young sir.
Yes, I understand.
So if anyone is interested, go see that weirdo that runs the computer in the back. That is what it's called, right, Aaron? Yes, yep. Moses. It is called a computer. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Moses.
Ta-ta!
Bye, Moses.